Welcome to MMA on the Rocks. My name is Bill Welker. You are listening to episode 3 of Picks on the Rocks. Title still pending. Until somebody comes up with a better one, that's what we're going with. Today's Thursday, October 19th. I am joined by, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, in some random hotel room, Matt the Mechanic, 0-2. How's it going, Matt?
Pretty good. I'm over here. Everyone's wondering who burnt down the farmer's market.
Somebody burned down the farmer's market?
Yeah, so right where I'm at, there's like a mix of flea market and a farmer's market. It's like farmer's market for farmers. So it's giant produce trucks and stuff.
Okay.
Well, they had some rivalry going on, and somebody burnt down the other one's stand. It's all over the news. Yeah, I got some
I'll
angry
never
farmers.
say his tomatoes are better than the other guy's tomatoes
Yeah.
again.
I don't think so.
Meanwhile, have you heard the news that happened over here in Clearwater Beach with the police?
No, I haven't.
Well, apparently, a Clearwater Beach police officer decided it would be a good idea to stop someone from jaywalking, someone who was visiting, tourist, young lady, and then proposed to her that if she got in his car with him and performed some favors, that he would let her out of the jaywalking ticket. And of course he got caught because there's 400,000 cameras on every block in Clearwater
Did
Beach.
she fall for it?
Oh yeah, she got in the car, went with him, and they did some stuff, and then she
Called the police.
yeah.
On the police.
Yeah. So
Well, no, we're just burning down farmer stands here.
who would have thought worse crimes going on in Clearwater Beach?
Yeah.
So you got to go to Blind Willie's like I recommended to you.
Yeah, I actually made the picks there. So,
It's a nice spot, right?
yeah, it's pretty nice. The whole town's is a nice escape from metro Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure. So for anybody who's never spent time in Atlanta, Blind Willie's is like a hole in the wall, like dive bar blues venue. And they have live blues music like pretty much every night. And one time I got to go there, they had an awesome show. It was this guy, Joey Huck.
I don't know how long it's been since you've been there, but they closed the kitchen, so you got to bring your own food.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I was just there last year.
Yep.
So it definitely wasn't a COVID thing.
No, their equipment was too old, so it's probably good they stopped serving food.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I didn't eat anything there.
I don't think that's the place you want to eat something at. That's more of a...
No. You go there for a PBR and some and some blues guitar.
Yeah.
You get well drinks there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Blind Willie's, and there's some good restaurants nearby too, so you don't have to worry about eating there anyway. In any case, it's been MMA on the wagon for the past month or so, so I poured myself a little something here.
What do you got? I got Jim Beam and Coke in a hotel cup.
Classy.
Beat that.
I'm doing a little Stag Junior.
Yeah.
I figure might as well snap the streak with something good.
Put a little Coke Zero in there. It'll make it nice and tasty.
Oh, damn, I'm fresh out.
Oh.
128.4 proof. And this stuff drinks like water. That's so good. So I was never doing sober October, so I don't need anybody in the comments telling me I didn't make it through October. I did like September 18th until like now. So that's good enough.
Half a month. No, that's a month.
That's a month. That's more than a month. It's a month and a day. All right. Should we do some picks here?
Yeah, let's do some picks.
All right, UFC 294. We got a couple of substitute fighters on here in the main and co-main event. How do you want to do this? You want to give me your picks from the bottom up again?
No, I'm going to jump around here.
Okay.
The handicappers are making this card hard, but that's because a lot of the fighters' names end in V.
Okay.
And they tend to do pretty well. I think I saw a stat where they're like 17-2 in Abu Dhabi. But I'm going to start with a man named Khamzat Chimaev.
Who's
He's
he?
12-0, a minus 300, or
Okay.
minus 340. I like to call him the boogeyman. I wouldn't be surprised if he asked us if I wanted to see a dead body. He's been pretty dominant, but the only man that's given fits is Gilbert Burns.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to come back to that after I talk about Kamaru Usman, who's 20-3. He's a plus 270 underdog. He has 2 losses to Leon Edwards, but he does spend time training with Gilbert Burns, so they might be able to work on some stuff.
And he's beaten Gilbert Burns.
Yeah. But I hope Usman's getting paid because I'm going to take Chimaev.
All right, so this is the first time in the 3-episode history of Picks on the Rocks that you're going with a favorite.
Favorite.
Uh-oh. We're mixing it up now.
Yeah. So the next fight is Islam Makhachev.
Before we go to the next fight, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you, and I would seriously consider putting money down on Usman.
No, you can do that with your money. I'm using my fake money.
Okay, so look, the threat with Chimaev, he's got big knockout power for a round. How many fighters has Usman been able to get through that have big knockout power? He's gotten through Tyron Woodley, smashed him. I mean, if the Kamaru Usman who beat Tyron Woodley shows up, Chimaev doesn't stand a chance.
I would agree with that, but I don't think the same Usman's showing up.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but like,
he popped his knee at open workouts.
I thought that was a rumor.
No, he did.
He popped.
There's a video. It's like he did a takedown on Gaethje, and it kind of like it was awkward, and then he stopped and Gaethje kind of like reacted a little bit, and then you could hear him say, "My knee popped," and then they just kind of like slowly stood up and he like limped off.
But then Gaethje came out and said that's not what he said. He said, he said that he stopped because he thought Kamaru hit his head on the mat on the way down, but he just said, he didn't say my knee popped. He said, I'm going to go work with so-and-so, and then just got up and left. But like the headline that came out was saying that his knee popped, but Gaethje said it didn't. I think if he had really damaged his knee, I think these odds would look a lot different. Like if it was confirmed.
I think it's already confirmed that he has very bad knees.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I made these picks before that happened, so that didn't even factor into it. But
yeah, but he's had bad knees for years, and that didn't stop him from going on his title run. I think if Usman can survive the first round and just turn up the pressure on Chimaev, he has the kind of pressure that could break him. You know, Gilbert Burns almost did it. You know, Gilbert Burns won that third round, but Burns can't turn up the pressure wrestling-wise the way Usman can. Burns can turn it up grappling-wise, but he has a harder time getting the fight to the ground. I think Usman can push him up against the cage. He can clinch him. He can get his arms tired and really wear the guy out. I mean, the guy comes out so high energy. So if he can't finish Usman in the first, I see Usman just grinding him out for the second and third.
Well, that could happen, but I don't think this fight's going past the first round.
All right, we gotta have a side bet on this one.
Okay, you can keep track of that shit.
No, we gotta do something on the show. Like next week, whoever loses has to take a shot of something disgusting on the air.
Oh, I have that poblano liqueur. I got it. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. So whoever loses is taking a shot of is drinking the poblano.
The poblano liqueur.
All right, I like this bet. All right, I'm rocking with Kamaru Usman. I'm rocking with the champ. All right,
you ready to move on?
Yep.
So this one we're going to talk about Islam Makhachev,
Okay.
24-1, minus 278. He's on a 12-fight win streak.
Okay.
And I went back and watched some lost fights this week because there's not many losses on this card, really. I thought it was a pretty quick stoppage, but he's fighting Volkanovski, 26-2, plus 255.
Okay.
He's coming up to 155. He's already fought Islam. But did something happen to his hand in his last fight?
Yeah, he had hand surgery. Whatever happened, he had surgery on that hand. So, and he's pretty fresh off of it. He also has like a 1-month-old baby or something.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm
he's
still
not-
going to take Volkanovski as the
Yeah.
upset.
So these odds have actually changed, I think, because I'm looking at them now, and Makhachev is at minus 258, and Volka's at plus 210. What did you say you had Volkanovski at?
255, and that was last night.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to jump on board with this parlay, you better do it soon because people are putting money on Volka. It looks like.
I think he's undefeated, personally. I still think he's undefeated.
Well, he's not.
I know. But did you see his loss? Not the Islam losses, but the very first one.
I saw him win a decision against Max Holloway in a fight that he lost.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that one.
So
Pull up his Sherdog profile.
But if you want to talk about, losing decisions in fights that you won, you have to consider that. All right, I got his Sherdog up here.
And then go down to like his first loss and look at that guy's picture.
Corey Nelson. All right. Oh goodness.
Yeah, he was a good like 12 to 14 inches taller than him.
Let me share this. He's 5'10". It's the same as Makhachev.
No, this guy he fought.
Yeah, Corey Nelson.
Oh, you have to check out the video.
It says he's 5'10".
Then Volk is 4'2".
He might be. I'm going to share this picture here. There's Corey Nelson. Call him Major.
It's a big guy.
Yeah, he hasn't won a fight since 2017, but he's got a win over Volkanovski. And this guy's a 170-pounder now. Look at him.
Man, he must have had a weird stance or something because he was really tall. He looked really tall.
Well, how tall is Volkanovski? What do they bill him at? All right, they bill him at 5'6". I don't think he's 5'6".
Well, somebody's lying on that stat.
Yeah, I think he's probably smaller than that, right?
Yeah, a little. And the other guy's maybe a bit taller.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's not that huge of a difference. In any case, you can't say he's undefeated. I mean, he lost to Makhachev. It was a close fight, but it was not like a robbery.
No.
And he got TKO'd by this Corey Nelson guy who's a lot bigger than him.
Well, taking him anyway. I'm going to stand with Mark Fellows.
Oh, now you're trying to get on Mark's good side. Last week you guys were feuding.
Well, we're going to go back and forth.
In the comments of Sunday's show. All right. So you're taking Chimaev as a favorite and Volkanovski. It doesn't sound like much of a winning bet so far. Like, it doesn't sound like a big money bet. So what do you got? What do you got for that third spot?
Well, the third spot, there's two big upsets I've been looking at. You referenced one this morning in your reel. Mm-hmm. And that is, you can go ahead and say his name.
Magomedov and Bruno Silva.
And there's one thing I think you forgot to mention in the reel, and that's that he has one eye.
Yes, he is blind in one eye, which makes him even scarier looking.
Yes, he's a very scary guy.
Because he looks like a ginger zombie werewolf that knows how to strike.
But tell me about Bruno Silva.
Bruno Silva's a bad motherfucker, man. I mean, he went the distance with Alex Pereira, I think, in Pereira's first fight in the UFC, and we've seen what that guy could do since. I mean, as an underdog, it's not a bad bet if you're taking Silva.
Yeah, Silva's a plus 235.
Yep, that's what I still have here too.
But the other upset I want to talk about is a man named Johnny Walker.
Okay. Let me look at the odds for that.
When
Okay,
I
so I
checked, he was
have.
plus he was plus 295.
Okay, he's plus 280 now.
So
So,
he's a bigger favorite.
okay.
He's had some trouble, but he seems to be doing better since he's at SBG. He's fighting an animal.
Yeah, Ankalaev is a beast. And he's got really good striking. I don't think he's going to try and take Johnny Walker down. And if you look at historically with Johnny Walker, he has struggled less actually with guys who try and take him down. Those are the ones that he's knocking out stiff. Guys who like get
Yeah.
in on a single leg and like try and bully him, and then he just beats the fuck out of them while they're holding on to his leg. Ankalaev's not going to do that. Ankalaev, I feel like, is a higher level striker than Johnny Walker. However, since Johnny Walker has been with John Kavanaugh, we've seen him be a lot more patient, a lot more calculated. I just don't know if he has the same level of skill on the feet as Ankalaev does.
So who would you take? Which one do you want?
I would take Bruno Silva.
Okay, that's what we're doing. Bruno Silva.
If I was going to choose between Johnny Walker and Bruno Silva getting an upset, because Bruno Silva can weather a storm because he went the distance with Alex Pereira. Magomedov is a beast. He's a really great striker, but we've never seen him tested against a UFC caliber opponent. All his wins are outside of the UFC. So I know I did the reel and everything and talk about how scary this guy is, but he's not going to intimidate a guy like Bruno Silva, who's been in there with world-class competition. I mean, this guy's last win, actually, he hasn't fought since December of last year, has Magomedov.
Well, I think they signed him a while ago, and this is the first place he's been able to fight.
Yes, because of the eye injury. Abu Dhabi's like,
Injury.
oh, yeah, sure, put him in there. Don't expect to see this guy fighting ever at, like, Madison Square Garden or, like, places that highly regulate, the medicals and stuff like that. It's not going to happen. I mean, he's going to have to be fighting like pretty much all of his fights overseas, even if he gets to the point of like title contendership. But I mean, let me put this guy's picture up here just because for anybody who didn't see Sunday's episode or didn't see the Instagram or YouTube that I put up of this dude. This is a scary looking ginger right here.
Yeah, he's pretty scary.
Like, come on. And this is like one of the least intimidating photos of him. He's just standing there with like a medal. Like the one I put up on Instagram today, he looks like a ginger zombie werewolf. And I
He
think
looked like Patty the Baddie should look if he was like the real Patty the Baddie.
yeah, and if he could fight. Sharabutin the baddie. I mean, this guy is just like, and he can't see out of the eye, but like the way it looks, it's just so much scarier. I mean, I would be nervous to fight him. And then if you look here on his Sherdog, under style, it says Letway, which is
Headbutts.
It's basically Muay Thai with headbutts. So that's it. Like, what are you gonna do to this guy? He's been in fights where he's like headbutting people. And I saw a video clip of him this morning where he was in some grappling tournament somewhere, and he got submitted with a leg lock, and it looked like he was gonna kill the guy. Like he tapped, and then he got up and started like hovering over the guy, and the guy didn't know what to do. He just like scooting back in his guard, like he thought this guy was gonna kill him. So obviously he's very competitive. He does not like to lose. He likes to headbutt people with his one eye. Maybe the Letway is how he lost the eye. I don't know. I think he was
It could
born that
be.
way, but
And you're going to pick against him. You think I should pick against him?
yeah. As much as I would love to have this like ginger zombie boogeyman in the middleweight division, I do believe that just the experience of Bruno Silva having been there, done that, and survived against the highest level strikers. I mean, Alex Padilla is one of the highest level strikers in the UFC. And don't forget, Bruno Silva was on a pretty mean run for a while from 2017 to 2021 until that loss to Alex Padilla. And then he's been 1-3 ever since. But his losses have mostly come by submission. So Gerald Meerschaert submitted him. Then he knocked out Brad Tavares, and then Brendan Allen submitted him. And I don't think Magomedov is going to submit him. So if it's a striking battle, I'm going with the experience and the striking prowess of Bruno Silva, as opposed to Johnny Walker and Ankalaev. That's a good striker in Johnny Walker against a better striker in Ankalaev. And Johnny Walker doesn't really have many other tools in the tool belt to fall back on if he's getting touched up on the feet.
Okay, so we're going to go with that. That will be $10 wins $137 for Volkanovski, Hamzat, and Silva.
That's not bad. I like that you had the combined odds for both of those options.
Professional here, Bill.
Yeah, you're killing a lot of time over at Blind Willie's, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
The problem with this pick is it could be spoiled at the first. I think that's the first fight of the night or the morning.
yeah, well, at least you get it out of the way, and then you don't have to
Get
worry
it out
about
of the way.
But what are the odds, just for anyone who's curious, what are the odds if you go with Johnny Walker?
Well, Bill, I was fidgeting. I was fidgeting over here and deleted it.
You close the window?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be much because it would probably be $10 to $20 more.
Okay. So if we go with, there are some other interesting. I'm just looking at the odds for the first time. If you're looking at the females here, Victoria Dudakova is a minus 550 favorite over Jinyu Frey. That's an interesting one to me. And then they actually have, so Javid Basharat is a minus 550 favorite over Victor Henry. Victor Henry, you could get a plus 410. And Victor Henry is a tough son of a bitch. I mean, it would take a lot to get him out of there.
Why don't you pick yourself a parlay, Bill?
Look, your job is to pick the parlay. My job is to pick it apart and give some other options. Then you have also on this card, a big underdog is Tim Elliott. And, Tim Elliott's always in the fight, so to speak.
Yeah, but I was watching some fights of Muhammad. Oof.
Oh, yeah, that dude's a monster. Let's see, we got another Nurmagomedov on this card. He's a favorite, of course. Saeed Nurmagomedov. He's fighting Muin Gafarov. There's a lot of wide lines on this because we have Ikram Aliskerov is a minus 600 favorite over Warley Alves. I definitely wouldn't bet on Warley there.
Yeah, all the underdog or all the favorites they all end in V.
Yeah, I guess so. I would have thought the money line would be a little wider on the main event and the co-main event with these two guys coming off the bench to save the day. I would have thought Usman would be a bigger underdog, and even Volkanovski would be a bigger underdog. I know they're influenced by, like, a lot of people thought he won the first fight, but now he's coming in cold. He's coming in off of hand surgery. He just had a baby. He's probably not sleeping. He's coming in on 11 days notice, flying halfway around the world to Abu Dhabi.
There's many times I picked against him, and every time I say I'll never do it again against Volkanovski.
All right, so we're going with Volkanovski, Chimaev,
Yep.
and Bruno Silva.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
And then you and I have a side bet in the Chimaev-Usman fight, which I'm, like, already regretting. But I was going to be the one to drink that poblano liqueur anyway, because you weren't going to do it. So this is really only a bet for you.
Yeah, I didn't think that one through. There should have been like a winner gets a shot of your choice from each other's bar.
Yeah.
I would be.
You could have made me drink a shot of that awful Howler head I have downstairs.
No. Like the winner gets to take a shot from your bar. Like if I win, I would get to take a shot of anything you want.
Okay.
I want. But
right.
you do that. You allow that anyway. So
yeah.
I guess that's not.
When have you ever come over here and I've been like, no, you can't drink that?
Hey, did you see the news?
About what?
How many pay-per-views Dylan Dennis sold?
Was it Dylan Dennis that sold them, though?
I think so.
So here's the thing with these numbers. You never know how accurate they are. What did they say, 1.3 million?
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that many people paid. Well, how much did this cost? $60?
I think it was like something odd, 65 or something.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not, it can't be like true fight fans. It's not boxing fans that are buying this. It's not MMA
I watched it.
fans. Did you buy it?
Yes.
Okay.
Nah, it wasn't that good. I think the worst part of it was the commentators.
Yeah, I heard the commentators were really bad.
I thought Dylan had a good strategy at the start of the fight, but then he just didn't follow through with phase 2.
He just pretty much shelled up and didn't do anything.
Yeah, he shelled up and was like letting homeboy Logan punch himself out, but that never happened. And then he was supposed to like bring on the attack in the later rounds, and he changed the attack to a guillotine.
Yeah, well, when you're 30 years old and you're pumped full of TRT, you don't get tired.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't hate on those guys. They're doing their thing.
yeah, whatever, good for them. Like make all the money you want. I don't personally understand like how that many people decided to spend their money on this, and I don't know like how true those metrics are. Like that's 1.3 million. That's like almost more than any John Jones pay-per-view.
YouTube's a powerful thing, Bill. I mean, look
Except
how popular we are.
I know. There's literally dozens of people not watching this right now because we're not even live.
Yeah.
But when are we going to start doing this live?
Well, get back to the home studio. We can do it live. I think we're off a week. Do we have an off week?
I don't know. I should know. You know what? I want to know, what time does this card start on Saturday?
I'll tell you.
That's what I'm curious about.
Early prelims at 10
a.m.
noon. Yeah, and 2 p.m. for main event.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I have a concert to go to on Saturday. I could get all these fights in before the concert even happens.
Yep.
That is great news. Yeah, and then it does look like we have a week off, and then the next fight night is November 4th. And before that, November 3rd, I will be at BKFC in Orlando to watch our buddy Dave Mundell defend his middleweight title against Doug Coltrane.
I don't know who that is, Bill. I mean, I know who Dave Mundell is. I don't know who Coltrane. He should be fighting a man by the name of Michael Perry, but
Did you hear the announcement today who Mike Perry is going to be fighting?
yes, I did.
Yeah. So Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez is happening in December. So Mike Perry continues to avoid Dave Mundell and wants to bare knuckle box a lightweight in Eddie Alvarez, who is probably nowhere near lightweight right now. But that's happening, and hopefully Dave will get the winner of that fight.
Dave's much more patient than I would be about it. He's just a cool cat.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's not stirring the pot enough to get these big fights, but we'll see if we can fix that. We gotta get him on this show and get him a little liquored up.
I don't know if I ever saw that before.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is there any other news or anything?
Not much. Not worth talking about.
All right. Well, it's MMA back off the wagon this week. And Matt the Mechanic drinking Jim Beam and Coke in Atlanta. If you guys want to get alcohol delivered to your doorstep, I now happen to be affiliated with Drizzly. So Drizzly is an app where you can order your favorite whiskey or tequila or beer, or wine, whatever you like, and they will deliver it to you, just like Instacart or Uber Eats or any of those things. You can order alcohol to your doorstep. You can use my link, which I will post in the show notes, and you can go ahead and order yourself booze and it'll show up your door. So if you run out of alcohol, you don't have to go out and drive while you're intoxicated, which I definitely do not condone, and you can have it delivered to your house and enjoy a couple of extra adult beverages on the night. So there we go. There's the convenience of that. And then if you want to grab any MMA on the Rocks merchandise, you guys already know how to do that. The links are below. Team Reaper, you can grab an MMA on the Rocks t-shirt, tank top, or hoodie. They have all that good stuff. It's definitely hoodie season now. It's even chilly here in Florida. Although here it's like 58 degrees in the morning, and then by the time it's mid-afternoon, it's like 80 degrees again.
That has been one of the nice things down here. It's like 45 in the mornings, up here rather, and then 70 during the day.
That's perfect. I would take that all year.
But there's plenty of downsides to this place. I don't know who would choose to live here.
I have a love-hate relationship with Atlanta. Obviously, I've spent a lot of time there because of the big markets we do there. Their zoo is awesome. It's one of the best zoos I've been to. They do a really nice job. The aquarium is amazing also. So if you have a chance, I don't know how long you're there, but if you have a chance to go to the aquarium.
I'm out of here.
Well, next time they send you there for some mechanic training, check out the aquarium.
I've been to the aquarium before. It's nice, but I've been there before.
They have whale sharks.
I think they have a whale shark. I think one of them died.
Oh, that's a bummer. And they have the beluga whales are pretty cool too. They got like 4 of them.
Yeah. I have a friend that lives up here, and he wanted to show me why Atlanta's so nice. And he gave me the address to come see him, and it was an hour and a half away. And that just highlights the point of why I don't like this place.
That's like, yeah, come to Tampa. I'll show you around Orlando.
Yeah. Well, no, it's Atlanta. It's just traffic,
Atlanta's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And the traffic was terrible. It was like a 40-minute slowdown. It wouldn't have been that long to drive without traffic.
Yeah. I think the Atlanta airport is like bigger than Tampa.
I spent the last 4 days driving around this sucker.
Yeah. If you ever have a layover in Atlanta, you're pretty much fucked. It's like, oh, I flew into the A terminal and I got to get a flight in the C terminal. It's 19 miles away.
Yeah. At least they have those little escalators in the tunnel that the flat ones you can just run on.
Yeah. And it'll still take you 9.5 hours to get to the other terminal.
Yeah. They're doing a lot of construction there, Bill. Maybe they're fixing some of that stuff.
Yeah. In any case, I got a fun weekend coming up because after the fights on Saturday, before the fights start, my parents are flying in, and they're visiting for the weekend, and they're taking my daughter out all day Sunday. So it's the wife's birthday on Monday. So on Sunday we're gonna cycle the Pinellas Trail and do a brewery tour, which I'm excited about.
I've stopped a couple up there. You should have a good time.
Yeah, we're starting in Dunedin, gonna hit a few breweries and then head north to Tarpon Springs and hit the breweries along the way. Go for a nice bike ride, drink a beer, burn it off. Drink a beer, burn it off. That's the plan.
You gonna ride back?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's like 22 miles round trip.
no, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's manageable. I mean, it'll feel a lot longer by the, fifth or sixth beer, but that's part of the experience.
Yeah, you got nice bicycles. It'll work. It'll be easy.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got. So, bet the parlays. Let us know if it works out. Pick Johnny Walker. Pick Bruno Silva. Pick whoever you want. It's not our money. Till next time. Cheers, everybody. Goodbye.